this video, I'm going to look at how you can draw electron shell diagrams. So we're going to start with lithium. Now we know that lithium's atomic number is 3. If you haven't watched my previous video, I've gone through how to get those numbers from the periodic table. So its atomic number is 3. That means it has 3 electrons. So on my diagram, I'm going to put in my first shell, I'm going to put 2 electrons because I know when I do my shells, I have 2, 8, 8, and 18 in each shell. So I'll put 2 electrons in the first shell. I'm going to use little crosses for my electrons, and I'm going to have to draw another shell to then put the third electron on. Now I'm going to highlight that third electron because that is going to be my valence electron, and that tells me about the bonding and things that can happen with that element. Then I've got carbon. Now carbon has an atomic number of 6, so that means it has 6 electrons. So I'm going to put 2 in the first shell, and then the remaining 4 I'm going to put in the second shell. So that means that carbon has 4 valence electrons that are there to either give to another element when it joins, or take 4 on to get a full shell. That's what we're always aiming to get, a full shell. Chlorine. Now chlorine has an atomic number of 17. So I'm going to put my first 2 electrons in that first shell. Then I'm going to put 8 in the second shell. That takes me up to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means I've got 7 left over. They're going to go in the third shell. So they are my valence electrons. So chlorine has 7 in that outer shell, so it is very keen to gain an electron. If we looked back at lithium, it has 1 in that outer shell. It's very keen to get rid of an electron, so they may want to pair up and pass an electron to the other one. Our sodium, it has an atomic number of 11. So when we do its electron shell, we've got 2 in the first shell. Then we've got 8 in the second shell, takes us to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that means we've got 1 there in the outer shell. So it's one that really likes to join with chlorine because chlorine wants an extra electron and sodium wants to get rid of an electron. So you may know that as sodium chloride, which is salt. Our last one we have here is helium, and its atomic number is 2. So it has 2 electrons there, and that is a full shell, which is why helium is very unreactive. It doesn't want to lose any electrons. It doesn't want to gain any electrons.